So here I am on Hampstead Road, outside the world-famous Black Cat Factory, a London landmark. But where have the black moggies gone? So I'm walking down Hampstead Road, and if you were to come to this location on a balmy June night in 1928, the whole of the street covered in sand, and a group of chariot riders lined up ready to bomb it down Hampstead Road all the way up to Mornington Crescent. You may well ask why there was such a spectacle taking place. Well, behind these hoardings is the famous Carrera's Black Cat cigarette factory, and it was its opening night, and to celebrate the opening of this incredible building, the Carrera's family laid on a whole load of Egyptian spectacles. Why Egyptian, you may well ask? Well, story goes back to 1922 when the famous Egyptologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun in the Valley of the Kings. It was all a bit Indiana Jones when he found Tutankhamun, and there suddenly was a massive craze for everything to do with Egypt. The Carrera's family were a group of Spanish refugees who'd moved to London in the 19th century. They'd fled the repressive Iberian monarchy. Charles Dickens actually mentioned in one of his books, when he lived in Camden Town, how there were a surplus of Spanish refugees wearing poor cloaks and smoking paper cigars. Now, the Carreras became tobacconists. Their first shop was set up in Soho, and it was so successful that King Edward VII would buy his cigars there, and the Earl of Craven would go there for a special mixture, which created a brand called Craven A cigarettes, which you can still buy all around the world. Now, they had a factory in the City Road, and demand was such that in the 1920s, they commissioned a company, an architect's firm called Collins, and Collins built a 500-foot Egyptian facade for their cigarette factory. Now, if you look carefully along the top, you can see there are 5 black cats this side and 5 black cats the other side. But the piece de la resistance, the best part of it, was they forged 2 huge bronze black cats, 10 foot high, which sat on plinths either side here. Really, really beautiful. Now, they remained in place until 1958, when the Carrera's family sold their business to another cigarette manufacturer, and they moved the operations over to Basildon in Essex, and they took one of the black cats with them. Now, the second one was sold to someone living in Jamaica, so the beautiful building was shorn of this really important design detail. Fast forward to 1998, the building's been renamed Greater London House, and its new owners realised it was missing something really important. It's 2 resident 10-foot high moggies. Current owners of the property, North London family of property developers, decided they'd restore the black cats. So they had designs made, copies made, and they forged them in fiberglass. They were hollow this time round. And there they sat proudly until about 3 months ago. Our newspaper has been inundated with readers who come down here on the bus and always say hello to the cats, wondering where have they gone and will they ever come back again. I'm pleased to tell you, after some diligent investigative reporting, i.e. ringing up the architects, they are returning. They're being well looked after. They're being a bit of a brush and a wash up, maybe microchips as you do with your pets, and they're coming back, they're going to be put back up here once the work's completed. Walk like an Egyptian.